Okay, we're going to be looking at incomplete dominance here now, and this is quite different than any of the questions that we've seen before. Before, up to this point, we've been just looking at dominancy, one gene complete or allele completely dominating another one. This, though, is incomplete dominance, and there's two types. This is one of the types right here, codominance. Okay, codominance is where both those alleles are going to be expressed in the phenotype of the offspring. Okay. Now with blood typing, very typical type of question that you're going to see, you do need to know and memorize these, the nomenclature for these alleles. Nomenclature is just the assignment, what we assign to that particular allele. So what they're saying in this question is that blood types IA, that's an allele, and IB are codominant. So if you have an offspring with this genotype, IA, IB, it is going to express the phenotype of AB blood. Okay, so let's just do a little legend down here. And that's always our step one in our problem solving strategies for genetics. So if I have an IA and an IB, that baby is going to have AB blood. Both of them are going to be represented, and that's why we say co-dominance. Okay? And in some other questions, we'll take a look at the other example of incomplete dominance. If I have an IA, doesn't matter what this other allele is. Now we know it can't be a B, because if it's a B, then it would be AB blood, which we already talked about with the codominance above. But if I have an IA, this is going to be the phenotype. And again, this is the phenotypes here, right? It's going to have an A phenotype. If I have IB, doesn't matter what the other allele is, it's going to be B blood. So we know that that could either be a little I, or that could be an IB, homo B blood, right? So because we don't know what that could be, we put a little line to represent that. And the only way, the most recessive out of all of these, it says IA and IB are completely dominant over the recessive O allele, little I. So the only way that we can have an O baby is if I have two little recessive O alleles, so two little i's. Okay, so this is the most recessive, and we like this one because we always know what the genotypes. We actually like the AB as well, because when we say AB, we can tell without a shadow of the doubt what the genotype is for that particular individual. We don't know that for an A person. We don't know that for a B person. We don't know if they're homo A or B or if they're hetero A or B. Okay, so that's our legend. This is a good thing to memorize because you're going to see this question often. So when we take a look at this, they're saying that you have three babies here, baby 1, 2, and 3. These are their phenotypes. And then there are three parents, sets of parents. So there's parent Roman numeral 1, 2, and 3. And that is their phenotypes. Now this is only phenotypes. They're not actually given what the actual genotypes are for either the babies or the parents. So they're saying, if you read the question, that some babies got mixed up. They don't know who the parents are. And in order to do that, they had to take the blood types to see what the possible parents are to, in this case, parent or baby number 3. So indicate the possible parents of baby number 3. So let's go take a look at baby number 3 and find out what their phenotype is. Their phenotype AB, so that means that they must have a genotype, and remember we like AB because we know what the genotype is as well. They must have a capital IA and a capital IB. So their parents, one of the parent must have contributed the A allele, and the other parent has to have contributed the B allele. Okay, so even though we don't know what the actual phenotypes of these parents are, we can make some predictions. We can see what the possible parents are based on that. Okay, so again, to have an AB baby, one parent must contribute the A, one parent must contribute the B. Okay, so if we take a look at these, here is parents number 1. They have AB blood. Is it possible for those parents to have contribute either the A and the other parent contributing the B. Well, of course, that's possible for this example. So we know that Roman numeral number 1 parents must be the possible parents of these guys. But let's take a look at Roman numeral number 2, those parents. They have a B parent, which of course could have contributed the B allele to that AB baby. But look at the other parent, it's O blood. And when it's O blood, that means there is no way, the only way to be O blood is if they're carrying 2 recessive O alleles, so 2 little i's. So it would be impossible for that parent to contribute either the A or the B to that offspring. So we know that there's no possible way that Roman numeral number 2 can be the parents of this AB offspring. And if we take a look at Roman numeral number 3, sure, here is an A that could have contributed the A allele to that baby, and the B parent could have contributed the B allele. So that is a possibility. So we have 2 possible parents that could be the parents to baby number 3. Now it says possible. We don't know exactly because, again, we don't know all the genotypes, but we do know just from the phenotypes that those are the 2 possible parents. Okay, any issues, give me an email and we'll go over it again. Okay, thank you.